Hello there. In this video, I will be trying to predict who will dethrone each and every current WWE champion, all the way from Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, to Los Garza, the AAA Tag Team Champions. With that being said, let's start predicting. The first championships we are going to do are the Women's Tag Team Championships. Last video the champions were Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the Judgment Day. I predicted Kairi Sane and Asuka would reunite and dethrone the Judgment Day. The new champions are still the Judgment Day, but with different members. Liv Morgan got injured, so Raquel Rodriguez needed a new partner, and her new partner is Roxanne Perez. This division is terrible. The only two teams I see dethroning the Judgment Day are the Kabuki Warriors and the team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I still think the Kabuki Warriors will dethrone the Judgment Day for the Women's Tag Team Championships at Evolution. There is gonna be a fatal four-way women's tag team match at Evolution, and I believe the Kabuki Warriors will win. The next championships we are going to do are the World Tag Team Championships. Last video the champions were Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day. I predicted Julius Creed and Brutus Creed, the Creed brothers, would dethrone the New Day, but it seems I was wrong. The new champions are Finn Balor and JD McDonough, the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day defeated the New Day for the championships on the June 30th edition of Raw. This division is awful. The only two teams that could dethrone the Judgment Day are the Creed brothers and New Catch Republic. I predict New Catch Republic will dethrone the Judgment Day for the World Tag Team Championships on an episode of Raw. The New Catch Republic is extremely underrated and should be featured on television more. The next championships we are going to do are the WWE Tag Team Championships. Last video the champions were Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, and they still are the champions. I predicted the Wyatt Six would dethrone the Street Profits, but that didn't happen. They got an opportunity on SmackDown, but failed due to the whole tag team division interfering. This division is excellent. I think the Street Profits will lose their championships in a multi-team tag team match at SummerSlam. I think only one team can dethrone the Street Profits. I still think that the Wyatt Six will dethrone the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam. I don't know which members of the Wyatt Six will do it, but I do believe the WWE Tag Team Championships will be held by the Wyatt Six soon. The next championships we are going to do are the AAA Tag Team Championship. The former champions are Sansón and Forastero, Nueva Generación Dinamita. I included these championships in the video because they are held by a WWE tag team. The new champions are Angel and Berto, Los Garza. Los Garza defeated Nueva Generación Dinamita for the championships at Triple Mania. I don't watch AAA, so I don't know that many tag teams in AAA. I predict Laredo Kid and Octagon Jr. will dethrone Los Garza for the AAA Tag Team Championships at Verano de Escandalo. To be honest, I only predicted that Laredo Kid and Octagon Jr. will dethrone Los Garza because that's Los Garza's next championship defense. The next championships we are going to do are the NXT Tag Team Championships. Last video the champions were Hank and Tank, and they are still the champions. I predicted Darkstate would dethrone Hank and Tank, but that didn't happen. These championships have not been on TV for a while. This division is poor. The only three teams that could dethrone Hank and Tank are the Culling, Darkstate, and maybe TNT. I still think Darkstate will dethrone Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team Championships at No Mercy. I don't know which members of Darkstate will do it, but I do believe Darkstate will be the ones to dethrone Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team Championships. The next championships we are going to do is the Women's North American Championship. Last video the champion was Sol Ruca, and she still is the champion. I predicted Zarya would dethrone Sol Ruca, but that didn't happen. Zarya hasn't betrayed Sol Ruca yet, but I know it's coming. This division is okay. The only three women I see dethroning Sol Ruca are Izzy Dane, Tatum Paxley, and Zarya. I still think Zarya will dethrone Sol Ruca for the Women's North American Championship at No Mercy. I think leading up to the match Zarya will be the one to betray Sol Ruca. I think Zarya wants the championship and that if she has to go through Sol Ruca to get it, she will. The next championship we are going to do is the Women's United States Championship. Last video champion was Zelina Vega. I predicted Julia would dethrone her, and it seems I was right. The new champion is Julia. Julia defeated Zelina Vega for the championship on the June 27th edition of SmackDown. This division is horrible. The only four women I see dethroning Julia are Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Blake Monroe, and Jordynne Grace. I don't see Julia dropping the title for a long time. I predict Jordynne Grace will dethrone Julia for the Women's United States Championship at WrestleMania 42. I think Julia vs. Jordynne Grace will be a hard-hitting 5-star match. The next championship we are going to do is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Last video the champion was Becky Lynch, and she still is the champion. I predicted Bayley would dethrone Becky Lynch, but that didn't happen. Becky Lynch won her last championship defense due to a disqualification. Lyra Valkyria attacked Becky Lynch during Bayley's match with Becky Lynch. The three of them are currently enemies and are gonna fight each other at Evolution. This division is excellent. The only two women I see dethroning Becky Lynch are Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. I predict Bayley will dethrone Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Evolution. The next championship we are going to do is the North American Championship. Last video the champion was Ethan Page, and he still is the champion. I predicted Ricky Saints would dethrone Ethan Page, but that didn't happen. These two are currently feuding. Ethan Page beat Ricky Saints for the championship by targeting his throat. Ricky Saints came back from injury to brawl with Ethan Page. This division is fine. The only two men I see dethroning Ethan Page are Ricky Saints and Jevon Evans. I still think Ricky Saints will dethrone Ethan Page for the North American Championship at No Mercy. I think these two will face each other in a brutal match resulting in Ricky Saints getting the championship back. The next championship we are going to do is the United States Championship. Last video the champion was Jacob Fatu. I predicted Carmelo Hayes would dethrone him at WrestleMania 42, but it seems I was off by a mile. The new champion is Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa defeated Jacob Fatu for the championship at Night of Champions. This division is fantastic. The only three men I see dethroning Solo Sikoa are Jimmy Uso, Jacob Fatu, and Damian Priest. I predict Jacob Fatu will dethrone Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. I think Jacob Fatu will defeat each member of the Bloodline to get there but Solo Sikoa to get his championship opportunity and dethrone Solo Sikoa. The next championship we are going to do is the Intercontinental Championship. Last video the champion was Dominic Mysterio, and he still is the champion. I predicted Finn Balor would betray and dethrone Dominic Mysterio, but that didn't happen. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio are both still a part of the Judgment Day. I don't see Finn Balor betraying Dominic Mysterio anytime soon. Dominic Mysterio is currently injured, so I don't know if he will be back for SummerSlam. This division is okay. The only two men I see dethroning Dominic Mysterio are Finn Balor and AJ Styles. I predict Finn Balor will dethrone Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 42. The next championship we are going to do is the TNA World Championship. Last video the champion was Trick Williams, and he still is the champion. I predicted Joe Hendry would get his championship back, but that didn't happen. Trick Williams' next championship defense will be at Slammiversary against Joe Hendry and Trick Williams. I don't watch TNA, so I don't know how good the division is. The only two men I see dethroning Trick Williams are Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. I predict Joe Hendry will defeat both Trick Williams and Mike Santana to get his TNA World Championship back. The next championship we are going to do is the NXT Women's Championship. Last video the champion was Jacy Jayne, and she still is the champion. I predicted Blake Monroe, also known as Mariah May, would dethrone Jacy Jayne, but that didn't happen. Jacy Jayne and Fallon will go up against Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace at the Great American Bash. This division is excellent. The only two women I see dethroning Jacy Jayne are Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe. I still think Blake Monroe will dethrone Jacy Jayne at No Mercy. I think Jordynne Grace might turn heel by betraying Blake Monroe and feud with Blake Monroe after Blake Monroe dethrones Jacy Jayne. The next championship we are going to do is the Women's World Championship. Last video the champion was Io Sky, and she still is the champion. I predicted Liv Morgan would dethrone Io Sky, but that didn't happen. Liv Morgan is injured, so that's not a possibility anymore. Io Sky's next championship defense will be at Evolution against Rhea Ripley. This division is good. The only women I see dethroning Io Sky are Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. There isn't really a strong heel right now, so that's why I think a babyface will dethrone Io Sky. I predict Stephanie Vaquer will dethrone Io Sky for the Women's World Championship at Clash in Paris. I think Stephanie Vaquer will win the Women's Battle Royal at Evolution to get the opportunity. The next championship we are going to do is the Women's Undisputed Championship. Last video the champion was Tiffany Stratton, and she still is the champion. I predicted Naomi would cash in her Money in the Bank and dethrone Tiffany Stratton, but that didn't happen. Tiffany Stratton's next championship defense is against Trish Stratus at Evolution. I don't see a world where Tiffany Stratton doesn't retain her championship at Evolution. This division is fantastic. The only women I see dethroning Tiffany Stratton are Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. I predict Naomi will dethrone Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam by cashing in her Money in the Bank mid-match. The next championship we're going to do is the NXT Championship. Last video the champion was Obafemi, and he still is the champion. I predicted Jasper Troy would dethrone Obafemi, but that didn't happen. Jasper Troy is in a feud with Jevin Evans, so I don't see Jasper Troy going after the championship anytime soon. Obafemi's next championship defense is at the Great American Bash against Yoshiki Inamura. This division is poor. The only two men I see dethroning Obafemi are Ricky Saints, Jevin Evans, and Jasper Troy. I predict Jevin Evans will dethrone Obafemi for the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver next year. I don't think it's Ricky Saints, because he's probably getting called up to the main roster, and I don't think it's Jasper Troy, because he's too inexperienced. The next championship we're going to is the World Heavyweight Championship. Last video the champion was Gunther, and he still is the champion. I predicted Sami Zayn would dethrone Gunther, but that didn't happen. Sami Zayn is currently feuding with Karrion Kross and the faction of Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, so I don't think he has time to go after the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther's next championship defense is at Saturday night's main event against Goldberg. This division is amazing. The only three men I see dethroning Gunther are Sami Zayn, LA Knight, and Ilja Dragunov. I predict LA Knight will dethrone Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42. Gunther only loses to the biggest underdogs on the biggest stage, so that's why I chose LA Knight. The last championship we're going to do is the Undisputed Championship. Last video the champion was John Cena, and he still is the champion. I predicted Cody Rhodes would get his championship back and dethrone John Cena, but that didn't happen. John Cena and Cody Rhodes will wrestle each other at SummerSlam. Their last match wasn't great, so hopefully their match at SummerSlam will be better. This division is incredible. The only two men I see dethroning John Cena are Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I predict Cody Rhodes will dethrone John Cena for the Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam. I predict right after the match, Seth Rollins will cash in on Cody Rhodes and become the new Undisputed Champion. That will put a wrap to our video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. See you next time on Daily Wrestling Stuff. Bye.